Hello, welcome to episode 5 of the Tamiya build for the Formula 1. Let's see where we got to. We've got a few little bits we need to do today, some painting, tiny little bit of painting, and then we've got to put some decals on. We're going to start. I think we'll get the painting done first. It's the obvious way to go. And for this, it's asking us to paint the 2 ignition coils semi-gloss black, and interestingly, this little device on the side with this little device here. Where are we? Where am I? Just here. That is a mix of, interestingly, X11 and X12. So X11 chrome silver, X12 gold leaf. Now, to my mind, you mix them, you're going to end up with titanium gold. I think that's what they're aiming for with this. It's not showing very well at the bottom because it hasn't mixed very well. Give it a shake. Now, I'm just guessing here, but I'm assuming when this kit was built, they had them 2 colours. They did not have this colour. That is just a random guess, because I would think that that's what they're going for. Titanium. I think that's probably what that piece is even made of. I don't know. But so instead of mixing them 2, I'm going to put that one on. I really think that's so we're gonna just oh hell, got one of these are a godsend, these little there we go. Right, it just squeaks when you take there's that much crap on there, it squeaks. I might have to stir it because I can't shake it with the lid loose, obviously. Right, so that's my titanium gold there, and I just want to add a couple of drops of self-leveling thinner to that. Now then, my painting, I normally paint very close up. I know I've said this quite a few times on my videos. I normally paint very close to my eyes. Can't really do that on for the purpose of this video, so I'm going to do it as best I can. You know what, I should have put my reading glasses on. I didn't think. I would have been better off. There we go. So we're just gonna pop this titanium colour on. Best I can. I think there might not be enough pigment in that lid, so I'm just going to bring a little bit more in out of there. I think I've probably watered it down too much. There we go, that looks to be a bit better. Trying not to get that on the I really don't want that on the black there. Just got to keep that. Just trying to we may need a couple of coats of this just to we're going to leave that one there to dry off, and that is definitely going to need a second coat. So we'll let that dry. Meanwhile, I will paint the other area that requires, and that was a semi-gloss black on the ignition coils. Where's my little bottle of, or little jar? Oops, there we go. Just cleaning, make sure I'm getting everything out of the brush. Right, there we go. Right, and then we're going to go in with the semi-gloss black and do those ignition coils. What is wrong with that? That's not right. Let me give that a shake again. Let's try that. Oh heck, dropped the I'll pick that up in a bit. It's gone under the table, I can't reach, so we use another one. And I don't know whether this, I don't think this one's going to be any good. No, I think that's one for the used. Damn, I'm running low on ones with good points on them. So let's go with this one. Don't want to put that one in there. Right. Let's try that again. That's looking a lot better. I'm not going to paint in the hole there because I believe that something is obviously going to go over that. Now sadly, two of the areas where the decals have got to go are on these ignition coils. Now I'm not going to be able to put decals on there until they have dried, and I'll have to put a bit of aqua gloss on them just to, well, depending on how good the paint finishes, you don't always need to put gloss on when you put decals on. I've done it many times and not had any problems. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Just checking everywhere else. Right, and actually that finish on the that front section there is drying not too bad. It's dried quite well. So we'll just put another coat on that, and I think that will do then for that. Need to put X18 on my shopping list. I'm nearly out of it now. This that I've got here is a very weak mixture of the sort of brush cleaner that I make up myself. This is a very weak one that I use on the brushes, and you can see that it's a beautiful job there. As I say, it's a weaker one of the one that's mixed up. Right, so let's go back to this one. Another shake. There we go. I'm not going to thin this one because I'm going to try and just see what it goes down like without the... That's gone down really well though. If I put it on too thick, it's going to... So, yeah, just there we go, just round there, very, very carefully. Around there also. Just try and get in from the top. Oh shit! Hit the nylon pipe there, but that's okay. We can clean that off. We will of course be putting a small wash over this. Got to be really careful because as Tamiya paint dries, it goes through different stages because it's quite thick, which is why I like to add the self-leveling thinner to it. It helps it, you don't get this there's a sludgy stage where as it dries you drag your brush through and it leaves ridges, and so especially on small items I'm not a fan of using it straight out the jar like that. I always thin it. And some people would say, why not, when you get it, open the bottle up and top it up with self-leveling thinner. Some people do that. That's fine. That's, you know, that's their choice. But I find with the bottles that kept over time, the first thing that evaporates is the, you know, the items such as this. And it doesn't take long with this for it to evaporate, so you end up with a jar and you don't really know how much of it is self-leveling thinner anymore. So for consistency I leave these as they are now, and I just always add a couple of drops to the lid. By the time I put the lid back on, the self-leveling thinner is virtually dissipated. And it's not a problem. Right, so we've got those. Now we're going to move on. So we're going to put the decals on that we can for now. So just looking at what we've got there. Now the little ones, okay, we can get one on the side there underneath that. That's okay, and we can get those on. Right, so I have already prepared the decals, and I have a small glass of warm water. Well, it was warm, it's probably cold now. This has come out the kettle, or I used deionized. I don't know why. I don't think there's any reason, just, you know, I thought it might be better. And there's a tiny drop of washing up liquid in there. I don't think there's even enough to make it It does. There's a few little bubbles come to the top, so it's a very small amount. So we are going to dip our, let's get a set of tweezers. So check what I'm going to need. Oh, they're filthy, I can't use those. They need cleaning. They'll do. And a brush. Right, I think we're okay for now. So let's get this first one. We'll get the first set dumped. If I can get them out of here. And we're just going to leave that in there for a few seconds. Now if it's warm water, it really doesn't take long at all. Very little time, in fact. I'm just gently seeing whether it's come away. So no, not yet. It's obviously gone too cold. We're going to leave that one there, just off the mat to one side. And what we'll do is we'll put these big ones in now as well, or bigger ones should I say, and then they can slowly start to and we'll pop them ones there, and hopefully they will be done by the time this is. So I just need to check. Now these look to be like some sort of temperature gauge. I'm not exactly sure. I have locked the autofocus so that we don't have problems with it zooming in and out all the time. So maybe that's been enough, maybe not, we'll see. And we'll just put a bit of water, wet the surface slightly, and there we go, it's on. Hurrah! Put that there a minute, and then I'm just trying to discern. So it doesn't actually tell you which way these goes. It just shows you that a decal goes there. Oh no, I wish I'd checked. I'm going to say it just goes like that. Like that there. That looks about right. If I make sure I put them all like that, because there's many of these, so they're obviously some form of. Okay, and then we're going to come over, and these go on the top of the. These are the. Sorry, I think these are the ignition coils. Here, I think I'm wrong with the front. I think these are the ignition coils. After looking into it a bit, so we need to put our, as it is in the instructions, so I know I get this placement right. And so they're saying it goes like that, so, and they're saying, so that, oh, This is where you could do with like 5 pairs of hands. Right, we will position that in a minute. I just want to get these two on first. Unfortunately we can't see the placement on the other side, but I'm going to assume that it reads outward, so that that's what I'm going to assume. I need a little bit more there, and it's just positioning these so that first one, two, it's the second one in from the end, which is where are you there? Okay, I'm going to need the tweezers for this. Just move you along. And slide you down. Right, so unfortunately that is quite a big okay, sorry about that. I'd had to get that exactly right, and it's very difficult to now I'm right at this side. I can it's a little bit odd because the two in the middle. Alright, let me just look at that from the front. I think that needs to go that way a little bit. That needs to come back that way a little bit. So, I think we're okay there. Looks about right to me. Let's try and get it head onto the camera so you've got a, yeah, that looks about right. Although now I'm looking at it at this angle, it looks slightly wrong. It's not to come. think the problem is because everything's offset, so I'm struggling to, you know, all these are different on both sides. So, you know, normally you would say line the edge of that up with that bolt there and then do the same over here, but the bolt over here is in a different position, as is everything else. But the only thing that's not, I think even those are, it's very difficult to get I think that's as best I'm going to get it. I'm sure it's right. The only thing I could do is I've got a bit of copper wire or something. Let me just measure to the edge. I haven't got a ruler, so it's a bit primitive. Yes, that's about right. Okay. And it's okay. Now I think the only other two we've got left to put on are both on these. They actually go there. I think we might get away with it because they're not really on the section that I painted. They're on the piece below. It's going to be tricky, but we'll manage it. Give that a few minutes. Right. Let's see now. Have we got? We got movement. Nope, still needs a bit more. There we go. Now I don't think I'm going to be able to slide these on with a brush, so I've actually got the sharp tweezers, and I'm going to try and pick them off and place them. Yeah, that's moving now. Okay, right. Put that on the edge of that. Right. And where are we? At the front. And they need to go on the forward edge. So just in there. There's too much carrier film on these, I'm afraid, which is why that is not as small as it makes out. So I'm just sorry you can't see it at the moment. But it's on there. That one's on. And we're going to come round and pop the other one on. I've got the fan on, which I should have turned off. Oh, yeah, it's blown away. Oh, come on. It has full on blown away. I now need to find out where that went. Damn it. First things first, turn that fan off. Right, we don't want to be spending what I'll have to do is put another one on, create another one, which means I'll have to cut one. Oh, I've knocked the I'll have to cut one out of the decal sheet, which I do not have to hand. Just having a quick look to see if I can see it anywhere. Normally they stand out quite a lot when they land on the desk. The chances are it's blown away, it's gone. We should have to have a ceremony for it another time. Okay, we'll get another decal sorted out and get that put on. So we're going to leave that for today now. Oh no, there was one more thing I had to do. Mustn't forget this. I'm going to put a tiny bit of solver set on these. I love this stuff. I highly rate it. So I normally wait until, if there's only a few decals like this, I'll wait, and then I'll put a bit of solver set on once I've finished. And then the one that went on round here, and then we're good to go. And what I'll do, I may come back to that in a bit and have a look, and if I think it still needs some more, I'll put another bit on, but normally that one is enough. So there we go. That's episode 5. Hope you're enjoying the series so far, and we'll catch you next time. What are we doing next time? So we're doing the rear actuator rods and rear lower arms. We'll be doing those. Excellent. I will see you all next time. Bye for now.